free. Yep, I like that word. Free. It just rolls off the tongue and the top of the mouth. Free. Free watch bands. Free smartwatch watch bands for No.1 watches. Check out that web address at the top. I'll have it in the show notes down below. You are about to see a watch from No.1 that includes bands, and they come in different colors, and you choose one, the one that you want. But if you want more, if you want different, here's your chance. See the small print down below? Just do what they're talking about there, and you can qualify to get yourself free bands with free shipping sent directly to you. How big are they? Stick around to the end of the video and I'll measure them for you. Greetings and welcome to Smartwatch Ticks. We're going to do something really different today. We're going to look at a smartwatch. Yeah, right. But we're going to do it in a unique way. This is the No.1, and as you can see on the box, it's called the G8. Well, it's not really. What's in here is the GS8, which is like the G8 but different. And it comes to us directly from No.1. Surprise, this is not what you're going to get when you order it, but it's a special for showing you all the different combinations of bands that come with this watch that you can order it with. We have yellow and black, we have white and gray, and it's installed with a black and red band. Now we're going to talk about the watch in a minute, but before I begin, I want to let you know that this is available from nobody. It's sponsored by No.1, and they're fine with us letting you buy from any of our vendors that want to offer it for you. So, without anybody else sending the watch, this is a special invitation that I've put out for our vendors that we work with to send us a coupon to lower the price. I'm going to put the buying link and the price that you give us, whether it's Banggood or GearBest or Geek Buying or whomever. I'm working with them right now to get their link and buying price for you. Check the show notes. It will be changing over time. New ones may be coming in, but whoever wants to give the best price, that's fine. You just shop whoever your favorite company is or the best price, or whether you want the G8 or the GS8. It's up to you. Now I'm showing the Banggood listings because that's the first one that came up that I printed out. But all of them are going to participate. So feel free to buy from whoever you would like, because they're going to get a freebie on this one. They're not sending these watches in. No.1 sent them because they're the actual manufacturer, and they wanted you to see all of the bands and everything together. Now, the only difference we understand between the GS8 and the G8 is in the band. The band that you're about to see is a two-tone band, and the box comes with one. So the watch will have the color that you choose, red, green, or whatever, attached to the watch. However, if you purchase the G8, it's going to be a simpler single color band, but you get two of them. One on the watch and an extra one thrown in the box. That's the difference between the two. So what does this watch, the G8 or GS8, have? Well, it's your standard MT2502 processor with blood pressure and heart rate monitor built into it now. So they're getting a little more sports specific. Here's the different color combinations it comes in, the size, and all the things that it support. So it's a standard tethering type of a watch. And where is it? Here it is. In the back, you see the cover for the SIM card, which means that you can have it used as a standalone watch as well. So tethering plus SIM card standalone equals dual mode. You all saw the beginning 2017 video out there, right? We've got a video that describes all this terminology. So we're looking at a really nice dual mode watch, and it's supporting the GSM networks of 850, 900, 1800, and 1900. Interesting that I don't see 2100 on there, which is China. So I don't know. I think maybe they left it off. I can't imagine they don't support themselves. 240 by 240 screen with a 380 milliamp hour battery. In a tethering dual mode watch, you're going to get quite a bit of time on this watch. You shouldn't really have to worry about it running out of power, anything like that. What else comes in the box? Of course, you're going to get the charging cable, and it's a simple charging connector from the side. So any connector that you've got is a micro USB type of a connector for your phone or wherever, at work, in the car, in office, at Starbucks, wherever you happen to be. If you've just got your simple cable, you'll be able to pop out that little side and stick it in and charge it. No dock required, no special hookup, no magnetic coupling. Very straightforward, easy to use. The bands, they're easily removable. This is in here now, this particular band style with a pin, so you need a little tool to pop it out. But when you get it out, you can see it just looks like this, and it's a compression type of a pin, so you just press in and stick it back into the slot. So we have, again, yellow and black, red and black, we'll turn this on in a minute, and the gray and white bands for the GS8. As far as the G8 goes, they're going to be simpler bands, as it showed in the picture, with just the single hole in there and the clasp. See the difference there? Yeah. All right. Okay, let's look at the manual. Chinese on that side. Yes, English on this side. We'll run through the manual. It's got the QR code that you need to scan to bring up the tethering app. You can do that right from your YouTube screen with your phone, by the way. And of course, you can download and install that tethering app even before you purchase any of these watches, so you can get a feel for what the tethering capabilities are and set the whole thing up, because you have to give certain permissions if you want it to push notifications to your watch and all that. Okay, warranty information, and that's it. Alrighty, let's turn it on. Okay, we'll take the cover off and start this up, pressing on the lower right-hand button. There's no left-hand buttons, 2 buttons here. Oh, up already. On the back, you've got the heart rate sensors, some good words talking about it, and the lip to open the SIM cover. I'm looking for the speaker. There's the microphone. I'm not sure where the speaker is. That's pretty interesting. All right, it's on here somewhere. Really hard to tell on a black watch. Anyway, we are ready to go. We're back at the watch face. Now, when you press this top button, you have a choice of phone mode, bracelet mode, or watch mode. This is part of the power savings. If you're not going to use a SIM card, you don't need to use the phone mode at all. You can go to the bracelet mode, and that deactivates all of the stuff that has to do with cellular connectivity, which will save you power because it's not going to have the watch constantly looking for cell towers. If you're not going to be using any of the other major features of the watch, you can actually go to watch mode. And in watch mode, it just basically tells the time and dims the screen. You get a whole lot of life in this mode because there's really nothing activated that you're going to need. It's just for telling time. It's just a watch mode. But for our purposes, what we want to do to go through in this review is the bracelet mode, because we're not going to be using SIM card and we're not going to really do anything with the calls and stuff. Although you could go in here and you could see you have a dialer and phone book and call history. All of those things are part of it. We can go into Bluetooth. You can turn on and set up the Bluetooth and search for your phone and connect your phone so that you can tether. We've done all that stuff before, and that's all done through here. Then when you're connected, you have a notifier, Bluetooth camera, and anti-loss capabilities that are part of the Bluetooth package that you connect back to the phone. We've got the sport mode. Here's where you have heart rate, blood pressure, pedometer, and sleep monitor, as well as sedentary and drinking water. Let's whip through those quickly. Heart rate, we've seen that before. It turns this diode on. You put your finger on there and it gives you a reading. Blood pressure is unique now. This is something different where you get the systolic and diastolic measurements of your blood pressure, when you do the same thing. Now for this, you want to have it on your arm. You want to stay really still, and you want to keep your arm elevated at heart level, just like you would a regular blood pressure reading device. At least that's my understanding of how this works. You hit start, it goes through the numbers, and you get your 120/80, or whatever it is for you, blood pressure readings. Okay? Then you've got the pedometer. This is your step count, where you've got a goal that you've set and probably pushed to the watch, and it counts your steps with calories and distance. The distance estimated on an average stride may or may not be accurate for you, but you can use the step count to multiply out from your actual stride to get your true distance. And then you got a sleep monitor. When you wear it at night, it'll tell you when you wake up your deep sleep and light sleep, and you need to activate it. And you got a history and status, whether you have it off or on. So turn it on at night. Turn it off, I would say, if you're not going to be using it, especially during the daytime. Sedentary Reminder is where you set how many minutes you want it to beep and loop. It's like one of those countdown timers that repeats 30 minutes up to 300 minutes, and it will let you know that you've been sitting too long. And then drinking water is similar. It just says that you need to drink an average of 2.5 liters of water a day. You turn it on, it's going to remind you to drink water. Simple as that. Okay, that's the sport. Then you come into tools, where you have your alarm, which is setting an alarm clock to go off at a specific time of the day. Your calculator, which is a simple calculator, albeit it's pretty small digits. I'd like to see a larger display, but nonetheless, it works. You have a calendar, which is a basic today's date, and then going into a broad calendar, but you can't really put any information in the calendar. You have a stopwatch that starts and stops. Now, this is the kind of digits I'd like to see on the calculator. Good-sized digits. You can do lap times. You can stop it. You can pause it or reset it over here, and that's your basic stopwatch. And then a massager. When you press this, it vibrates. Hear it vibrating? Why you would use that, I have no idea, but it's a feature they're putting on these watches these days. You know your transmandibular joint, is that what it's called? TMJ, your jawbone? If you have this on your arm, you turn that on and you hold it up against your jawbone and relax your jaw and let it you might feel better. There, I gave you a reason for that one. That's your tools. This is your barcode, folks. Scan it, love it. It's probably going to bring up FundoWare, or if not, it will bring up something called MediaTek Smart Device, or if not, it might bring up WiiWare, W-I-I-Ware. All three of those seem to be apps that work sometimes with these dual mode tethering type watches. They're available in the Google Play Store. Check each of them out. Some of them work better than the others. The most robust one is the FundoWare one, but I was having trouble installing watch faces using it, so I had to use MediaTek Smart Device to be able to put in watch faces, but then switch back. Not on this watch, but on these tethering watches in general. Anyway, it's kind of a magical art to get the tethering to work right for you. Finally, we get into settings. You saw that we have Bluetooth setting to turn power on and visibility on for when you're going to do the settings. Here's where you can choose your watch face, which is the same as pressing and holding, synchronize the time, and it will automatically sync the watch to your phone's time. If you're going to take the watch out without your phone and you turn it on, the time is all messed up. You can actually go back and go into the clock and set the time manually down here if you turn the time sync off. Now you have adjustment of manually changing the time. But be sure to turn it back on if you're going to connect to your phone, because you'll get the best accuracy that way. You have alert types so that you can either have the watch, ring only, or vibrate and ring, or my fun one is vibrate and then ring, or totally mute, so you don't have any sounds at all. We have different ringtones. Little harp kind of sound, very soft. Another one. This is an area, personally, I think they could improve on, is to get some really dynamic and loud sounds. These muted angelic sounds for me, they're not loud enough. But those are the three choices that you have. It's common. And then your tones for notifications. These haven't changed in years. The Android watches have a whole lot more selection. These tethering watches, because it's so small, the memory inside, you don't have a whole lot of capability. Volume is on 666, which is maximum. So you just heard the loudest it's going to get on this watch. And that was volume. Then we have display. We have the different brightnesses that we can set. That's the lowest. Watch the bottom down here. As it gets brighter and brighter, the color kind of washes out. I usually shoot it at about the 2 level. Yeah, it's only got 3 levels on this watch. And you can have your screen timeout change as little as 5 seconds and as much as 30 seconds. I know that's not very long, but it's not an Android watch where you're going to be doing a lot. And they want to give you long battery life. So 15 seconds to 30 seconds. 5, 10, 15, and 30. That's all she wrote. Okay, not very long, but I'll keep it on 30 seconds and talk fast. How's that? Then we are at International. This is where we look at the languages. Auto sync is on to sync it to your phone. If you turn that off, you can look at the available languages that you can have this watch run in. And here they are. Run through that quickly. Not a whole large selection. And seeing that there's no Asian languages per se in there, and the fact that 2100 megahertz is not in the watch, I'm guessing they're releasing these as in different regions. This may be a international version that doesn't cover China. Resetting the watch will erase everything and completely reset it. And then the About tells you that we are running on what's called a G8, okay? Even though it's considered the GS8 because of the bands that are on it, but the watch itself is the G8. There's the device information, the version on here, and the release date and time was June 27th, 2017. That's the latest firmware that came out with this. The bezel's non-rotatable. The SIM card slot is easily accessible without a screwdriver, just by propping it up like that. You slide it to open it. There you go. And you can pop in a nano SIM card. Okay? And one more time, there is a way that you can get yourself some free bands from No.1. We talked about that at the very beginning before we even started, and we'll mention it again now, that you can definitely get yourself extra bands. There, it's in there tight. Waterproof, I don't know. That scares me about dunking this in the water. Certainly splash proof. There's really no other places for water to come in here. But yeah, don't mess around with that unless you got it really in there solid. But if you think about dunking this underwater. And a digital watch. Alrighty, you've been watching Smartwatch Ticks. Yes, you have. And this particular watch, the G8 or the GS8, is available nationwide, worldwide, through a variety of sources. Particular sources that we encourage you to use will have links in the show notes below the video. I don't know if you can see this on your phone or your tablet, on your computer, on your TV. If you can get to a device where you can look under the actual YouTube video, you'll see a thing that says show notes. It says show more. Click on that button, and all the different vendors that are offering either the G8 or the GS8 will have a link there that you can click on with either an already reduced price or a coupon code that you can put in at checkout to reduce the price and pick either of these watches up at a really, really good price. And again, we really appreciate our support from our suppliers sending us these watches, and from you guys for watching. And in this case, we really, really appreciate the support from No.1, who wants to get the visibility for their watches across the board and wholesale them out to all these different vendors that let you buy them from whoever you would like to. Now, check out getting extra bands for yourself. Free! Yep, I like that word. Free! It just rolls off the tongue and the top of the mouth. Free! Free watch bands. Free smartwatch watch bands for No.1 watches. Check out that web address at the top. I'll have it in the show notes down below. You are about to see a watch from No.1 that includes bands. And they come in different colors. And you choose one, the one that you want. But if you want more, if you want different, here's your chance. See the small print down below? Just do what they're talking about there, and you can qualify to get yourself free bands with free shipping sent directly to you. How big are they? Stick around to the end of the video, and I'll measure them for you. And here they are. These are the bands for the GS8, and of course they'll fit for the G8 as well. Here's my handy little translucent ruler that I can take this band and angle it at the beginning, make sure I'm seeing it right, and then I'm going to angle it for you so you can see it right. 21, 22 millimeter. Does that look right? There's the 2, and the 1 is right there, and there's the edge. Yeah, 21 millimeter. It's a 21 millimeter band that will fit the G8 and the GS8 and any smartwatch that you may have with removable bands. That's 21 millimeters. You can get it for free. Have fun, gang. Enjoy your watches. Whoa. Oops, you're upside down. Whoa.